Today I will explain the basics about software testing. Now, the first, what is software testing? Guys, let's discuss about the automation tools also, but first let us know basics about what is software testing. See, software testing means, before discuss about software testing, first let us know what is software. What is software? See guys, software means some set of executable programs in a computer, right? Set of, okay, like, see, software means a set of executable programs. A set of executable programs in a computer. From the school onwards, the same definitions you're learning about the software. The next one, what is testing? By software means a set of executable programs in a computer. Testing means simple one thing, the comparison between expected value and actual value. So testing means the comparison between expected values and actual values. So what is expected values? What is actual value? See guys, the customer requirement is called expected value. Based on the requirement, the developer one is called actual value. So not only in the IT industry, anywhere testing means we should compare the both. What are the both? Expected value and actual value. The next, I hope clear for you what is software and what is testing. Now let us know what is software testing. What is software testing? First, I will show a small diagram, then easily you can understand. I will open one paint application. See guys, so try to understand. I will show a small diagram. First, one customer, he will provide, he is a customer, one customer, so he will provide some requirement to development team. Requirement to development team. These developers, they are also called as programmers. Once again guys, so customer will provide some requirement to development team, then developer will develop the application. Developer will develop the application based on the client requirement. For example, this is a developer application. So based on the client requirement. Understand this process? First, customer he will provide some requirement to developers, programmers, and developer will develop the application based on the client requirement. After completion of development, the developed application again send back to like after completion of development, application send back to customer. As a testing engineer, we have to involve and we have to collect this requirement is a expected value, and we have to take based on the requirement the developed application we can take as a actual value, and we can compare whether the application developed as per customer requirement or not. Once again guys, so once again, first one customer will provide some requirement to development team. Development team will develop the application. This is application based on the client requirement. After completion of development, what are the application the developed application again sent back to customer. As a testing engineer, we have to involve. As a testing engineer, we have to involve. So we need to take customer requirement as a expected value and the customer requirement as expected value, and original output of the application we can take as a actual value. Then compare both whether the expected value equal to actual value or not. Whether the expected value equal to actual value or not. Understand this one, guys? Now, so as a testing engineer, we have to compare expected equal to actual value or not. For example, my customer requirement application first page should be the home page. The second page should be the login page. This is my fine small requirement. What is the requirement? First page should be the home page and second page should be the login page. But my programmers are very talented people. Without home page, directly they developing the login page here. Understand? So my customer expectation, home page there first. But my developer login page. So at this phase, if I compare the expected and actual, both are equal, not equal, Lavanya? At this phase, if I compare expected and actual, at this phase, both are equal, not equal, Lavanya?
Expected result and actual result is equal, sir.
Not equal, Lavanya. See, customer expectation first home page, second page login. But my developer directly the developer login page, this only the home page.
Okay, sir. Okay, I understood. It says false means not equal.
Whenever expected value not equal to the actual value, it's called defect, bug. Understand?
Oh.
Simple one thing, guys. See, guys, once again, here, first one, customer will provide some requirement to the development team. So developer will develop the application based on the client requirement. After completion of development, application again sent back to customer. As a testing engineer, we have to involve. So we have to take the customer requirement as expected value. We have to take the customer requirement as expected value and based on the requirement, the finally developed application we can take as the actual value. We can compare whether the expected value equal to actual value or not. Whether the expected value equal to actual value or not. Understand this one? So now guys, by using this diagram, I hope easily you can understand what is the definition of software testing. By using this simple diagram, easily you can understand what is the definition of software testing. See, now software testing is actually it is an entire one process. This process starts from customer first, customer to developer, again developer to tester, and again from testing engineer to customer. It is a process, right? Once again, it is a process from customer to developer, developer to testing engineer, and again from testing engineer to customer. So once again, it is a process. What is the purpose of process? It is a process to executing an application with an intention of finding defects. So as a testing engineer, what is our job? Finding defects. Once again, guys, everyone concentrate. It is a process of executing an application with an intention of finding defects. This is called software testing. But Lavanya, your answer also correct, verification and validation. But once we go to the subject, once we go to some advanced, then what is verification, what is validation, then you can understand. Okay. But normally, this is a simple definition of software testing. So here I am right, guys. I hope you are understood. So software testing means it's a process of executing an application with an intention of finding defects. So this is a simple definition for software testing. Yunika, can you explain about the definition of software testing based on this diagram?
Customer requirements to programmers, developers on applications. That means actual result. To testers to customer. Customer requirements is actual result, expected result.
Yeah, but this okay. Whatever I'm trying to explain, right? But explain like this simple answer. It is a process of executing an application with an intention of finding defects.
Okay, sir.
Clear, Lavanya?
Okay, I'm clear, sir.
Okay, thank you. The next one, guys, once again, what is defect? If expected value, defect means if expected value not equal to with, if expected value, so not equal to with actual value, not equal with actual value, it's called defect and also called as bug. Defect and also called as bug. Okay. Now let us know, guys, first what is the history of software testing. What is the history of software testing? Okay. History of software testing. You know one thing, guys? Actually, in the IT industry, before 2001, in IT companies, not now, just it's like a small flashback. Before 2001, in IT companies, every yearly, out of the 100% of the projects, every yearly, out of the 100% of the projects, 70% of the projects, 70% of the projects failure. Understand? See, guys, once again, history of software testing. So before 2001, every yearly, out of the 100% of the projects, 70% of the projects failure. We don't know why the 70% of the projects failure. Then, to know the reasons for failure, IT companies approach with SEI. SEI stands for Software Engineering Institute. SEI stands for Software Engineering Institute. It was established to know the reasons for failure. So finally, SEI analyze the failures, finally prepare some guidelines, and analyze the failures and prepare some guidelines and giving some guidelines to IT companies. What is the guidelines? After completion of development, before releasing to the customer, the application should be tested by the separate person, quality analyst, called testing engineer. Understand? See, guys, actually the before 2001 in IT companies, every yearly, out of the 100% of the projects, 70% of the projects, out of the 100% of the projects, 70% of the projects failure. Only 30% of the projects success. At the time, to know the reasons for failure, IT companies approach with SEI. SEI stands for Software Engineering Institute. Software Engineering Institute. It was established to know the reasons for failure. It was established to know the reasons for failure. Now, based on actually what is the SEI guidelines? After completion of development, before giving to the customer, we should maintain quality analyst. But one question, guys, actually before 2001 at the time, developer they're conducting both testing process is there, but who will perform? Developer. After completion of development, the same person is conducting testing also. Before 2001, like after completion of development, the same person will conduct testing also. Then why it's not enough? Why separate testing engineer required? Why? Because, guys, programmer also after completion of development they can perform testing. As a testing engineer also you can perform testing. The difference is programmer they will perform only positive testing. Only positive testing. But as a testing engineer we have to perform negative testing also. Once again, so before 2001, after completion of development, same person will conduct testing. Who is the same person? Programmer. But it's not enough. As a testing engineer, we have to perform the both positive testing and as well as negative testing also. What is positive? What is negative? Simple thing, guys. Application check with valid inputs is called positive testing, and application check with invalid inputs is called negative testing. Once again, guys. Application check with valid inputs is called positive testing, and application check with invalid inputs is called negative testing. Before 2001, the developer, they are not conducting negative testing. They are conducting only, programmer, they are concentrating on only positive testing. Understand, guys? Programmer, they are not concentrating on negative testing. They are concentrating on only positive testing. But as a testing engineer, we should concentrating on both positive testing and as well as negative testing also. See, guys, positive or negative testing not only in the software industry, anywhere it is important. Positive or negative testing anywhere is important. Means, for example, guys, one car manufacturing company, manufacturing is going on. One mechanical, they fix one brake. They fix one brake. After that, he started the car. He is verifying brake working or not at 20 speed. Okay, 20 speed brake working. Then car delivered to the market. So our customer purchase the car, start using at 20 speed, car brake working perfectly. So customer very happy. At 40 speed, again car brake working, very happy. Again 60 speed working, also happy. 80 speed, brake not working. Then customer become impatient, right? Why? Because there is no negative testing, correct enough? So not only in the IT industry, guys, anywhere negative testing is important. Anywhere negative testing is important. So once again, guys, positive or negative. So positive testing means application check with the valid inputs is called positive testing, and application check with invalid inputs is called negative testing. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, guys. And now in the positive and negative, the main as a testers we are confirming the both. That's what. So we can eliminate errors from the application. Okay, fine. And guys, this is the history of software testing. Now, so let's entering into subject. So before learn some subject, we should understand some new terminologies. What are the terminology? First, what is the difference in between error, defect, bug, and failure? So what are the differences in between the three terminologies, guys? Error, defect, bug, and failure. Now, I'll explain, guys. Error, defect, bug, and failure. Actually, under the development time, the first who will involve? Developer will start the development, right? So developer, how they will develop the application? Developer, to develop the application, they will write some code by using some technologies like Java, .NET, PHP, something. So while writing the coding, if programmer find out any mistake on the code, the mistake is called error, which is used by the programming team, programmers. Once again, guys, so error means while develop the application, programmer penetrates some code. While develop the application, programmer penetrates some code by using Java, PHP, .NET, some technology. So while writing the code, if programmer find out any mistake from the application, the mistake is called error, which is used by the programmer. The next one, defect, bug. After completion of development testing, right? So testing phase, testing engineer, we have to compare the expected value and actual value. If any expected value not equal to with actual value, or if any deviations in between requirements, it's called defect, bug, which is used by testing engineer. Which is used by testing engineer. Once again, guys, error. Programmer, while develop the application, programmer find out any mistake from the code, the mistake is called error. The next one, defect, bug. So while performing testing, if any expected value not equal to the actual value, or if any deviations in between requirements, it's called defect, bug. The next one, failure. Finally, guys, after releasing to the customer, so during utilization, means release to the customer during utilization. If customer facing any problem, most of the time customers they will use this terminology failure. So finally, So error, defect, bug, failure, all are the same. But if the mistake from the code, the mistake is called error, which is used by programmer T, and defect, comma, bug. While performing testing, if any expected value not equal to the actual value, called defect, comma, bug, which is used by testing engineer. Next, failure. Failure. Finally, after listening to the customer, if customer facing any problem from the application, so customer using this terminology, failure. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Renika, can you explain now what are the differences between the three?
Yes, sir. Error is when a developer does a mistake, it's called an error. And defect or bug is during the testing process when there's a mistake, it's called a defect or a bug. When the software reaches the customer, when it fails to perform the function, then it is called a failure.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Next, what are the differences in between project and as well as product? Project and as well as product. I'll explain, guys. But before explain, anyone any idea about this project and product? Shrita, can you bring any message? Any idea about project and product, Shrita?
No, sir.
Okay. Renika, you?
Yes, project has a goal. I mean, a mission to be accomplished, and there's a set of processes to complete a project, and there's a team to do it, and the product is the final outcome of the project.
That is your BTech formula, but any IT formula different. See, project means which is developer for particular customer requirement is called project. Project means which is developer for particular customer requirement is called project. So product means which is developer for multiple customer requirement is called product. Guys, one software, one application, if it is developer for particular customer requirement, it's called project. If an application developer for number of customer requirement is called product. It's called product. See guys, for example, I'm going to one tailoring shop. I want to stitch my shirt with my measurements. I want to go to a tailoring shop. I want to stitch my shirt with my measurements only. So based on my measurements, not for all measurements. So then my shirt comes into a project. Why? Because only based on my requirements, the shirt will be stitched, right? Next, I'm going to a brand shop, something, Reebok, something, and I'm purchasing the branded jeans, branded t-shirts, and branded shoes. Everything comes into product. Why? Because it's developed for not only for my requirement, not only for your requirement. Anyone they can purchase, right? Same like that, guys. Which is developer for particular customer requirement is called project, and which is developer for entire market requirement is called product. For example, let's take Google. Guys, Google, anyone we can open. You can open, I can open, anyone you can open. For example, bigclassestudents.com. So bigclassestudents.com only for the big classes students, not for all, right? Not for all. So Renika, now tell me, two applications are there. One is bigclassestudents.com page, and one is a Google page. Out of the two, which one is a project, which one is a product?
Google is the product, sir, and Big Classes is a project.
Exactly, and because Google, anyone they can use. But big classes students only, bigclassestudents.com usually only big classes students, not the other one. So, simple one thing guys, which is developer for particular customer requirement is called project, and which is developer for entire market requirement is called product. Entire market requirement is called product. Okay, okay. Now, AK-47 is a project or product, Renuka?
AK-47 is a Product. It is a product.
Product. Renuka, you have permissions to use AK-47?
I think it is project, sir.
Renuka, you have any permissions to use AK-47?
No, sir.
Then how you can call product, Renuka? You don't have permissions, right? Permissions only by army people, correct or not?
Okay, yeah.
Nowadays become a project, like nowadays become a product, but don't call product, all projects only, okay?
Okay, sir.
Why? Because actually it's developer for only army people, that's what, once again. So project means which is developer for particular customer requirement is called project, and which is developer for entire market requirement is called product. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. And one simple difference, like in India most of the time some festivals they will prepare some sweets only in the festival days. All are comes into project. Tirupati Laddu comes into product. But what is product means don't call Tirupati Laddu. Just I am giving the example here. Okay. Okay, guys. Fine. So anything like project means which is developer for particular customer requirement is called project, and which is developer for entire market requirement is called product. Now our software testing two ways. Software testing how many ways? Two ways. One is so manual testing. Second one is automation testing. Once again, guys, software testing two ways. One is manual testing. Second one is automation testing. What is manual testing? What is automation testing? First, what is the meaning of manual? What is the meaning of automation? For example, guys, today I want to go to temple. By walk I am going. Today I want to go to temple. By walk I am going. So this is called manual process. Same by the bus or car or bike I am going. This is comes into automation. Once again, guys, which is done by the human interactions. This process is called manual process, which is done by with the help of tools and softwares. This is called automation process. So in the manual testing means testing engineer to conduct testing on application only by the human interactions called manual testing. So automation testing means testing engineer to conduct testing on application with the help of tools and softwares is called automation testing. Once again, guys, so manual testing and automation testing. First, the manual testing means it is a process of executing an application by the human interactions is called manual testing, and automation testing is a process of executing an application with the help of tools and softwares. This is called automation testing. This is called automation testing. See, guys, for example, when we can go for manual testing, when we can go for automation testing, guys? Anyone in area? Once we get the project from the client, so when we can go for manual testing, when we can go for automation testing? Welcome.
Yes, sir. When there are repeated tasks to be performed, such as regression testing, after a change has been done, we have to repeat the same test. So in such cases, we can do automation testing. Sir.
Okay, I'll explain the basics. One consider. For example, I want to go to temple today. So from my home to temple 10 kilometers. From my home to temple 10 kilometers. Then by walk is it possible, guys? It is not possible, right? So definitely we will choose bike or car something. For example, if it is yearly once, by walk you can try. Yearly once, if you want to go to temple by walk, it will be 10 kilometers also, you will try. But every day, if you want to go to temple every day 10 kilometers by walk, is it possible? Not possible means repetition is not possible. Simple thing is whenever the small size requirement, small size task, we can go to the manual testing. Whenever the big size requirement, big size task and repetition task, where the repetition task is required, at the time we can go to automation testing. Once again, software testing two ways. One is a manual testing, second one is automation testing. So manual testing means it is a testing. So it is a process of testing an application by the human interaction is called manual testing. So automation testing means it is a process of executing an application. It is a process of executing an application with an intention of process executing an application with the help of tools and software. It's called automation testing. So without the help of tools and softwares, perform manual testing. With the help of tools and softwares, perform automation testing. Now guys, any project it should be starts with manually. Without manual, we are not able to start automation. Understand? So any project it should be starts with manually. Then once manual is started, then we can go for automation. So simple thing guys, by the human interactions is called manual testing, and by the help of tools and softwares is called automation. Next, what are the automation tools available in the market? Selenium, qtp, load runner, etc. qtp, Selenium, load runner, and some number of tools are there, but nowadays in the market it is a very famous tools. Now let us know guys, why Selenium is very famous? Why we should call Selenium on Selenium? See guys, load runner comes into non-functional testing only to check the speed performance of the application, so not correctness. Okay, so by using that qtp and Selenium we can check correctness of the application, but whenever we are discussing about load runner, so we can check only the non-functional. So now we no need to discuss about that. Okay, now Selenium and qtp. What is Selenium and what is qtp? So which one is the best and what are the main differences? Let us know guys. All are automation tools. Selenium and as well as qtp. Lavanya, which one is the best tool in the market? Lavanya, Selenium or qtp?
I think Selenium, sir.
Why? We are learning Selenium, that's what?
It is program based and
I'll explain that what it is. See guys, Selenium and qtp. Selenium, it is a open source. Open source. Open source means free of cost. You don't need to pay anything else. We can download, we can start using on current project. But if you want to use the qtp, licensed, so expensive. Licensed version so expensive. Once again guys, so Selenium is open source and qtp it is expensive too. Selenium is a open source and qtp is a expensive too. Means Selenium you don't need to purchase any license. Directly we can download, we can start using in the current project. But whenever we want to use qtp in your project, so we should purchase license. So expensive. Minimum starting price lakhs to up to 10 and 12 based on the license. So small size projects, small size companies, they are not able to use qtp. For example guys, our project value 10 lakhs, small project. For the 10 lakhs project, we are not able to use 7 lakhs, 8 lakhs qtp license version, right? The time we can use Selenium open source. So Selenium is an open source means free of cost. So any companies they can use. Okay, the small size companies and MNCs, any companies they can. And as well as like Selenium, it can support number of operating systems. It can support number of operating systems. OS. What are the operating systems supporting? It's supporting Windows, Linux, Mac, iOS, Android, etc. So it supports number of operating system, but qtp supports only Windows operating system. qtp support Windows operating system is, for example, one application our developers developed on Mac operating system, like Mac. If it is a Mac, by the qtp it's not possible, right? Which is developed based on the only Windows applications, that one only we can check by using the qtp. But by using the Selenium, we can perform the number of operating system applications, Windows applications, Linux, Mac, iOS, Android. So number of applications here we can check. Understand? So number of operating systems, Selenium can support number of operating systems, and as well as Selenium can support number of browsers also. Number of browsers also means it can support applications which is opened by the IE, which is opened by the Firefox, which is opened by the Chrome, and which is opened by the Safari and Opera, etc. That means, so Selenium will support almost all browsers, but mostly qtp support two browsers, IE and Firefox. For example, application if you want to verify by opening the Chrome, it is not possible by the qtp. For example, so I need to open the Facebook application by using the Chrome and perform testing. qtp will not support, but Selenium will support. Why? Because Selenium can support all browsers, but qtp supports only the few browsers, IE and Safari. And as well as Selenium, it can support number of languages. Means Selenium, you can write here. It support number of languages like Java, PHP, .NET, Python, Ruby, C Sharp, etc. So once again, guys, it support number of browsers, but qtp supporting only VB script. Understand this one means by using the Java you can write the script, PHP, .NET, Python, Ruby, C Sharp. By using any programming language we can write the script under Selenium, but qtp we should use only VB script. It doesn't support with another languages. And as well as like execution fast. Execution also fast means running very fast. Running fast when compared with qtp, then qtp. But qtp is fast based on application speed. Based on the application speed only qtp will work. But whatever the application speed, Selenium execution very fast. The next one, guys, like it requires, if you install Selenium in your system, it requires less resources. Less memory. Less resources means less memory, means mostly 100 MB it will occupy. But if you install qtp, it's required more resources. Means 2 GB, minimum up to 2 GB it will occupy. So this is the main difference in between Selenium and qtp. Due to these differences, guys, Selenium is very famous in nowadays. What are the differences? Selenium is an open source, but qtp expensive. And Selenium can support number of operating system, but qtp is supporting only Windows. And it supports number of browsers, but qtp is supporting only Windows. And it's supporting number of languages, it's supporting only VB-script. And it's running very fast than qtp, but it is working based on the application. And it's required less resources, which was Selenium, but qtp required more resources. So due to this reason, Selenium is very famous nowadays. Okay guys, see, in our course, in our course, first we can discuss about manual testing. So manual testing. Manual testing, it will take 15 to 20 days, guys. 15 to 20 days we can complete. Once manual testing is completed, I will explain QC ELM also. It is not in the automation tool, it is also comes into the manual testing process in the real time. So once manual testing and ELM is completed, on this one, so I'll explain, like along with this one, I'll teach one live project on manual testing subject. So after completion of this one, then we can go to the automation testing. Automation testing, so our automation tool, Selenium. Selenium with number of live projects, not only one live project. So number of domains, like banking domain, retail domains, and travel domains. So I will show the number of live projects while discussing the Selenium concepts. And once it's completed, like to complete totally the manual testing and as well as Selenium, it will take 40 to 45 days time, guys. And after completion of this one, like I will help you how to prepare the resume, and as well as every day, so you can get the soft, like what are the soft copies required, along with our theory part, everything I will forward to you. And as well as, so every day after completion of class by our organizer, so you can get the recordings, guys. Please, after completion of class, if you're not able to understand anything, so you can follow once again recording. And every week some mock interviews will be there. Means whatever the topics we're discussing every week, on the topics and conduct for interviews. If you're perfect here, so once the course is completed, so directly you can perform on the real time, you can perform on the interview time, that's what. And as well as, like interview questions, and as well as, like software, soft copies links, everything I forward, guys. You can download, you can start using your system parallelly. But guys, every day the practice is very, very important. So manual is totally theory part, so we can understand it. But once you start automation testing Selenium, so practically you should practice it for. Understand? So anyone, any questions, any doubts? No doubts, no questions. Okay, okay. Thank you, guys.